Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, we're going to take a look at a relatively new brand. Not brand new, not like yesterday new, but generally a newer brand of watches coming from Asia. In particular, this one is a company owned by a guy named Benny Hugh, who I have known for a number of years working together on Lyrique. And he showed me some of these, and they're really remarkable watches that he came up with. Name of the watch company is Qian Biao. I probably said that it would sound differently had who was a Chinese speaker spoke it, but that's how I say it, so it's the best I can do. Anyway, now the remarkable thing about this particular watch, this one's called Facing the Sky, and with the light and so forth, I can see it's a great name for it. It's got a 39 millimeter case with 316L steel, so it's a really nice a very nice sort of case and everything else with it. The thing about it, though, that just had me really, I don't know, I guess taken by it, is the dial side availability of, of the key parts that are fun to look at. And the way they're done, especially, are really a beautiful watch. Beautiful in the sense of design, but also in terms of seeing the horology. There's a certain, to me anyway, a beauty to that. Um, you have the balance cock is sort of it's a bowed area. You have a balance wheel that is nice, good size one. It's big enough to see. And one thing about a bigger balance wheel, they move slower and they have a higher inertia, so they keep time better. Then there's a swan neck regulator, which I really like. What a swan neck does, it keeps the regulator arm from going one way or the other, and also it lets you with a screw to very fine to tune it. So if your watch is ever sort of out of whack one way or the other, you can go in there and just turn the screw a little one way or the other, and it'll fine tune it. Uh, Sort of at the tip of the arm, there's a little fast slow indicator. You can see it's just about 7 o'clock, I guess, from the view that there's set up there. Now on the looking at the whole face, it's at about 5 o'clock. But I mean, here you have everything about all of the things that I watch that are great. It reminds me somewhat of some of the ones that MB&F have done. Now, uh, the back of the watch is on the backside view. You can see the ratchet wheel, the crown wheel, and of course underneath the ratchet wheel you have your barrel, and the you have some cutaway from the main plate, but you can see so much of it on the front, you don't have to really concern yourself. It's sort of interesting to see things from the back side. The caliber is called the AB02 manual winding 2.5 hertz, 18,000 semi oscillations per hour, 40-hour reserve. Now, the movement is manufactured by Biao. In other words, it's in house. And just just love it. It looks very much like some of the young independent Swiss watchmakers and French watchmakers I've seen that has that also gives me that same feeling. Now here are a couple wrist shots of the watch, and there's certain different glows to it, I think. And the one on top, you can see it doesn't have all of the other uh, movement parts up there, but you can see the balance wheel and yeah, it's just but then you have a larger area used for your hour and minute hand. So that's another one of the other versions of the watch. Now, on a totally different level, Qian Biao is this split second. Now, the in the Swiss call it the rattrapant, which is a French term for it, which I love to say, rattrapant. Split second's okay too, I guess. Now this comes from is based on a caliber ETA 7750, which is a very standard chronograph that you'll find in 4 hertz, 42-hour power reserve, which is a pretty nice power reserve. It's automatic, and the way it's laid out, you can see so much of what's going on. Again, you have sort of a small clock area, but then you have all of the room for the chronograph actions in it. And the other thing about these watches, they're very pretty. I like the color schemes. The color schemes are very much more Asian than they would be Western kinds of color schemes. They're gorgeous, and I enjoy them as much as anyone. Anyhow, this is a brand that you really should take a look at because you're going to see some very interesting things. And I'm not going to tell you the prices because I'm not positive they seem to be exactly what they are with the dollar and the yuan and everything else all over the place. So you can look them up, but they'll see what there's available. Thanks a lot for stopping by. It's an opportunity to subscribe if you like. Until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection.